Hey guys, welcome to the party. My name is AJ.
Hello guys, this is Lex, and as always, welcome back to another one. We
So,
have something that you probably is gonna like, AJ.
what what is it? Excuse me.
Uh, we're gonna talk about Tate and Adam22. And the reason why we're gonna talk about these guys is because people still talking about them and Adam22 wife. As sure a lot of people know, she did a movie, uh, which some of us don't and would not do something like that with your wife, or you wouldn't let your wife do something like that. But I mean, we're all different. They have a different way of doing things, and we have our own way of doing things. Uh, I don't know what would you say about it, AJ. I mean, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with this guy
I
and the way he's doing?
completely disagree with that guy.
I just
Um,
feel like he's pimping his wife. That's it. They're just doing it for the money, and I don't think money is
they
enough
could say
to
whatever they
do something
want.
like that.
They could say whatever they want. If they're monetizing off of the situation, that is guaranteed. There is no other like if you would tell them we're not gonna pay you, but you gotta do, and if they had the choice to do it and they were gonna get the money, I don't think they would be together, first of all, and I don't think they would even do something like this. I mean, I think she would still do it, but yeah, but the amount of money matters. I don't think she would put it in public. She would do it privately.
Probably. It's
So,
just fun. It's just funny how they go by and make it look like it's normal, which is
well,
not.
there was an interview with Tucker Carlson, with Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate, on that Tucker Carlson interview, put this into spotlight. And when he put it into spotlight, a lot of people started getting more attention to what Adam22 was doing. Adam22 was obviously already popular, but this like put it to a whole nother level. And to some degree, a lot of people, Andrew is all obviously going through his situation in Romania, and I feel as like he wants to sound like he's the savior and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I like what he says about men to be men. Take
Right?
responsibility. But I also feel like if he's trying to put a good message out there. I know in the interview he was saying, uh, these guys are like what Adam22 is doing is what he's doing is getting glorified and put into blast, but what supposedly what he says and does is, let me rephrase, supposedly Andrew is saying that I'm getting put through all this shit because I've been telling men to be stronger, healthier, be dominant and stuff like that, as they should be. And over here Adam is pimping his wife, looking like degenerate, and basically he's getting like all his money. No one's like going after him or anything like that because he's following the Matrix's agenda. Now, when he put that in spotlight, I think it just, in a way, I feel like it's kind of bad because you're publicizing that. And, when things get publicized to that level, they start becoming trends. So you'll start seeing Adam22 is not going to be the only one that's going to start pimping his wife. I'm sure there's going to be like a couple of people that are going to be following that trend, if
Right,
they
which
don't already.
it gets, yeah, but it gets to where people's gonna think it's normal,
Exactly.
and
They're
that's
going to
that's where
normalize.
the
So,
problem comes when you
right.
think it's normal when something that is not.
So, but the people that say this is normal are the ones that are saying, well, oh, well, who made marriage normal? It probably wasn't normal 3,000 years ago, it started becoming normal. So, we have to, give people their personal space and let them do whatever they want. Well, that's fine. You want to do that? That's fine. But don't publicize it. Don't monetize it, because it starts, making it to, what normal, like, people aren't normal with. But then, it's gonna destroy relationships. And the thing is, the people that monetizing it, uh and who pay for these kind of things, or who start watching it and start giving this attention, like, even we're giving this like spotlight, so we're probably like, people that are gonna make this more of a trend. uh Sad to say, but you know I'm gonna be very vocal. I definitely do not agree with this, and I think the way or the reason why we're making this video is because we want to let viewers know that this is basically gonna ruin people's lives. And if you're considering this, just consider out the outcomes. For a couple of hours or whatever, you're gonna feel like this very high sensation and stuff like that. But I promise you, a week, 2 weeks, 3 months later, it's gonna dissolve, and then you're gonna start looking for the next one, the next one, the next one, and sooner or later, your life's gonna be completely over. And most of these things, are 15 minutes of fame, and it's not worth it, because you have your whole life ahead of you and stuff like that. And it's on honestly, they could do whatever they want, but everyone is mocking them and stuff like that. So
See,
Andrew,
the problem to me is not that it's all about keeping it private. If you keep it private and don't put it in the spotlight and tell people it's okay, just do what you gotta do, just do you. My problem comes when there's a lot of marketing behind that, and kids, young
correct,
kids, young
correct,
guys, young girls are looking at that, and they might think, you know what, that's normal. Why not do it? And I think it's good. I can go and sleep with somebody and come back to my husband or wife
exactly.
and let it be. That's life.
And
It will become normal, and it would be just difficult for somebody to raise kids that has that kind of mentality.
exactly, and
And,
sooner
and,
or
and
later,
guys, and guys, this is my personal opinion. I respect everybody's opinion, but I hope y'all respect my opinion too.
yeah.
So it's this is a two-way street. What I'm saying is where the problem for me is when they put it in the spotlight and they let other people see it and they want to make it normal. And the new generation, my problem is with the new generation. Older people, if old and you want to live your life, go for it. My problem comes for the new generation. Just don't make it normal for them.
So that's I agree with you completely on that. And basically, it's all politics at the end of the day. These things are basically put in our brain, but we have the power to choose what we want to see, what we want to handle, and how we want to interpret things. Some people, like you said, may think, oh yeah, it's a great idea. I get to mess around with all these people. I get to mess around with other people's wives. I get to sooner or later, you're gonna think you're a badass, but at the end of the day, it's not it's all for like nothing. But hey, it do you. But we have an interview that we want to review. It's with Andrew Tate and Adam22 together on AdinRoss's YouTube channel. So we're gonna go through some of the highlights, and I want to share the screen real quick and start this interview.
So my question would be, sorry, one more time. Lena, right? Correct? Lena? Lena. Do you think that you have an emotional attachment to this man now, or like you literally wouldn't care what happened? Let's say, heaven forbid, something, I don't know, he got locked up and went to jail or something. Like, would you care, or would you literally have zero interest in him as an individual?
Feel for him as I would feel for like almost anyone I'd ever met who went to jail. But like, no offense, Jason, I see you as like a male sex.
Right there, she says that she sees the guy that she hooked up with as just a sex doll. She doesn't have emotional feelings or connection with him, and it was just a sexual mutual thing done. What do you think about that, Lex?
Well, I hope that's what it is. I hope that she, for Adams 22 on good, let's hope that's what that's what it is, because otherwise Adam 22 is in trouble. I mean, she might not say it, but she probably would go back to that guy if she had a chance to. I'm not saying, I mean, maybe they're professional. I mean, they make the movie and they go their separate ways, but damn, that's very difficult to be in between as a husband and having your wife do that. But I mean, again, they're making it look like it's a normal thing, like it's a walk in the park.
Let's continue with
incident happening. I don't really feel like I made a mistake. It feels like some pretty regular porn shit. It's, I was a little bit jealous at first. It's kind of a weird feeling knowing that your woman was in the arms of another man, even if it was only for a few hours. But it's interesting. You don't seem like you have as much of a real like moral issue with the act itself.
Well, I can give you my opinion on why I wouldn't ever do it. And I think the reason I wouldn't ever do it is because I believe that a man and a woman have a connection between them. And I think that connection is solidified by sexual exclusivity from the female's part. And I believe there's an energy cord between. And I think that once that's broken with another man, I do believe there's a degree of the connection which is damaged. And I think that when the relationship is good, perhaps you will not feel it. But when the relationship is bad, or when arguments start to happen, or restriction which is damaged. And I think that when the relationship is good, perhaps you will not feel it. But when the relationship is bad, or when arguments start to happen, or you start to get on each other's nerves, you might notice a slight difference in behavior. Because I do also think that once the seal has been broken, for example, let's say your wife's sleeping with another man, the idea of sleeping with another man is not as intimidating as it once was. And perhaps the idea of sitting through an argument or sitting through a rough patch in a relationship and continue to try to work it out as opposed to just jumping on a new man, it might be less appealing than it once was previously. So I believe, personally, if my woman had already slept with another man, she's more likely to just give up on the relationship and sleep with another man again in a rough patch. That's my personal view. No. Say again?
Why would I mean, I've never cheated on you, like even in the lowest terms of cheating, like responding to a DM from somebody or anything. Like I've never done any of that. Everything in our relationship has been out in the open. Like all my messages with the person that I worked with, I was like, hey, just so you know, like these are the messages. And like Adam has fucked up about 200 women in front of me, and he cheated on me. So like,
Adam, that's terrible.
I don't even know what to say about that. It just
I see
200.
I see what Andrew's doing right there, right? So Andrew's literally trying to be like play
political correct.
Correct, right? He wants to be like, I don't want to talk shit about you guys. But in other interviews, I'd be like, why the fuck would you do that? This and that. I don't know. He's being too nice,
He's being soft. He's actually being soft. I think,
and that's disappointing. That's disappointing to see because supposedly, like, you know what he wants to say.
Well, the thing is that he said he want to be respectful to him in the choices they make. So he's being respectful. At the same time, I think he's being soft, which is not a bad thing. He's being soft just because.
Why doesn't he ask him the questions that we would ask? Like, what do you get from basically pimping your wife? Literally,
money.
Just say
he
that.
Just said it.
Yeah, money. But the thing is, why he's getting money. He has his own philosophy right now. That this is okay, this is cool, this is that. So why doesn't Andrew start saying, well, this is garbage that you're teaching other men, this is that, blah blah blah. And I think he's going too soft on him, and it's kind of disappointing to watch. There was a thing that she said that she cheated. She never cheated on him, but he
did.
Let's continue this for the rest of the
200. He slept with 20. What did she say? 200 girls.
200 women, like in front of her.
In front of her. Plus, he was unfaithful once. I mean, what's the difference? just because, to me, just because she's in front of the guy and she sees the guy having sex with another girl, to me, that's being unfaithful. I don't care
Yeah.
if she's not present. It is what it is to me,
But they have a different open relationship like that. So, you know,
which it doesn't make sense to me.
well, maybe we're too old. Like you know how you know, the younger
We're
generation
not all.
would say, the
We are.
boomers would say
We are.
that, you know, this.
We are
I think
conservatives.
we're the new boomers and stuff like that. I think that's what it is right now. But let's
Well,
continue
I'm
with what
happy to
they
be
said.
that way.
That, yeah, it's true.
You reflected all that before you made the decision to do it, right?
Yeah, I did, and I mean, I've got a lot of flack because when you first commented on me on the Tucker Carlson show, I left an Instagram comment that said, "If he's the top G, I want to be the bottom G." So I do want to extend an invite that if you were ever interested in doing your first ever double penetration scene, that me and Lena, I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like, would he be a suitable candidate? Can I tap him in?
No, no.
Yeah, there's,
Can I fill in real quick? Andrew, you know.
Aiden, you're not in this conversation anymore.
Oh.
Andrew, you double penetrator, bro? Would you do that to everybody?
Is that true?
there's absolutely 0% chance of that happening. And it's not because Lena is particularly unattractive, it's because she's married to Adam, and I have no interest in degenerate, pointless sex, and I have no interest in making a spectacle of myself, or even just involving myself in anything which I deem to be overall haram and pointless. It's just not something I'd be interested in. There's not a single amount of money on the planet you could pay me to undertake. So thank you. But no.
So as you could see, Andrew Tate just like literally said no. I mean,
Thank you, but no,
if it was
thank you.
in any other situation, I think if it was like the old Andrew Tate or whatever, I think he would have not double teamed, but I think he would have, you know, hit it with Lena.
Well,
I just don't
see,
think I think he's kind of changed in that pathway. So he obviously is basically saying that it's degenerate sex. So it is what it is. It is degenerate sex. Like these guys will do anything to, you know, sell their bodies. They'll sell their souls. They'll do anything to get money. Which,
I mean, but if you
end of
want to
the
pimp
day,
somebody, don't pimp your wife, man. That's just, I mean, pimping somebody is not even,
look,
I
what
mean,
what
it's not even
we
morally
just made
a
we
right
keep
thing to
making a
do.
spectacle here in America, and it's all, you know, it's been going on ever since, you know, like you know, this is, I don't know if this is part of Hollywood or this is part of whatever it is, but the entertainment industry in America is just looking for ways to capture attention of people, to dumb down their mind, to put these things in their head, so, you know, it's something to talk about instead of doing, like, you know, something important with your life, something that, you know, you can progress in. These are things
I'm,
that are put in faces of youth of America. These are put in, like, you know, middle class people, you know, just to have something to talk about.
but
And
if you already have, AJ, but if you already have money, why would you want to go ahead
to
and
get more money, you know, because
it
at
doesn't,
the
I
end of the
mean, it
day,
doesn't, once you have money and you live in a decent life, I'm not even talking about extremely super rich
oh, no,
life,
no, no. Okay, look,
just a comfortable life.
just ask Kim
Money don't,
Kardashian, Kris Jenner.
yeah,
Kris
but money
Jenner
does,
literally sold her daughter for, you know, it's for the world to see her sex tape. Because
but money
before that, Kardashians were
to,
barely known. They were super rich, but now they're super wealthy. Now, that's the difference. Now,
well, the
and
thing
then,
is it really worth that money? Because once you have enough, even if you don't have enough, that kind of decisions in
it's
life
just the
and to make
lifestyle
money, to me,
changing.
money doesn't have
Yeah.
value anymore.
So the thing is, what, you know, a lot of the world, whenever they say, like, you know, you ever seen that movie Titanic with old money and new money? You know, they would make fun of the new money because of the things, you know, they did. Like some people would be like inventors or this and that, and old money would be like, you know, we are royalty. So right now, even at this world, at this stake, there's part now it's like, some Americans are, they feel like they're American royalty. And then comes this new money like Kardashians or and then they make a name for themselves and stuff like that. And then, people are like looking at them, well, we're actually old money and now they're new money. So it is what it is. People do what they want to do for money. They, and if it brings them happiness, they're living on a high right now. That's what what I'm trying to say. They're living on a high right now. And sooner or later they're gonna look for another high. And then
Well, let's hope
how
you
that
know.
goes too. But let us know what you guys think on this interview of Andrew Tate and Adam22. You can check it out on AdinRoss's channel. And we'll see you in the next one.
All right, guys, thank you for your time. We will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.